Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello. Integrated e-learning and educational management solutions. The presentation is basically going to talk about how are we using ICT in our education work. I think no one in the room today would doubt the statement that is there. I remember when we started talking about ICT in education 12 years back, everybody had a question, and everybody that we reached to always said that we would like to have evidence that ICT can help in ICT reform and in education reform, and it will show results, actual results. I think today we are beyond that stage. And having said that, the way ITG looks into education reform using technology is basically a pyramid of three angles: teaching and learning, planning and decision support, management and administration. We always believe that in order to be able to solve the education problem using information technology, we have to address everything related to the individuals within that domain. And having said that, today, as we speak, we will find that every single country in the world has adopted ICT as a tool for education reform. If you go anywhere, you will find an initiative that is talking about education reform using information technology. Now, to address the specifics, common objectives and challenges, this is something that we need to talk about thoroughly. And of course, today's session will be very short to address all of those, but just to list them in order to keep us focused on the track that we need to take in order to achieve the goal that we want to have. Application and integration of ICT into education. We are talking about the effective integration. We are not talking about just putting computers into schools. We are not talking about, converting textbooks from paper-based to electronic-based. We are talking about the effective integration of ICT into the education system. That will lead to providing equal opportunity in education, because the moment we have the education systems in place and spread, and I will talk in a couple of slides how we envision that to happen, okay? The first thing that we are going to get is the equal opportunity, because it would not be fair to be in a school that has some infrastructure that enables the individuals, being teachers, students, parents, to interact and move forward in their education goal, while other students in the remote areas would not have the same opportunity. So ICT in education definitely would help in providing equal opportunities in education. Now, access to learning material. In all the presentations that we have listened to in the morning, okay, we heard everybody talking and complaining about the issue of access, providing access. I think if we want to wait for every single country to be, connected from north to south, east to west with fiber or with wireless or with whatever, and then start thinking about e-learning and ICT in education, I think that would be the wrong decision to make, because access can be provided in different means, and we are ready to talk about this in more elaborate sessions. Now, when we talk about access, we are talking about standards, and this is something that needs to be taken into consideration in every initiative that tackles ICT in education. Capacity building. We believe that, today everybody's talking that education should be student-centric. That is correct, but at the same time, we should not forget about the other members of the community, teachers, administrators, and everybody, and parents, and everybody that belongs to that education domain. So instead of saying that it should be student-centric, we should be talking about everybody within that domain in order to be served properly. Now, the buzz of today's education reform initiatives, because we go into waves. In the beginning, everybody was talking about connectivity. 3 years after that, everybody started to talk about converting material from paper-based into electronic-based. And today, everybody's talking about MS, Education and Management Information System. And to tell you the truth, without proper planning, I think it would be very difficult to do anything. Just for the sake of time, I will be skipping some slides. And this is what I meant by having the learning community as the center of education reform, where students, parents, teachers, and administrators are all taking into consideration. Now, the fundamental issues basically are the benefits ICT brings into education. E-learning will not, nor should it replace the educators. This is a mistake that everybody's making, that we would like to reduce the amount of hours. Of course, we would like to make them feel comfortable within the education week, but we are not trying to replace something with something else. It is a tool, as everybody said, to help them perform better. All the stakeholders have to be taken into consideration, and of course the issue of access, the issue of learning outcomes. Learning outcomes and learning objectives is an extremely important thing. When we talk learning management system, when we talk education and management system, when we talk instruction and management system, when we talk even content, all right? Learning objectives should be taken into consideration, and we believe that the powerful platform is the one that would be able to serve all of that seamlessly in one environment. Now, this is our vision, because at the end of the day, we don't send our children to schools, okay, to take or to know content. We send them to know knowledge, to acquire knowledge, okay? And content and computers, infrastructure, and everything in that domain is only a tool, all right, to reach that goal. And this is what we are trying to do. So a vision is the base of the pyramid. Then infrastructure has to be in place. The platform comes later. Content and knowledge is the goal that we want to reach. I will skip those just to save time. Now, a comprehensive education platform that addresses all stakeholders must be in place if we want to seriously consider ICT as a tool for education reform. I'm basically summarizing the previous slides that I was talking about as the main management and delivery system for content and other integrated learning and management tools. Because if I have an education and management information system in place that is totally separate from the learning management system within that environment, guess what? My data warehouse that I need to use for my decision support is going to be incomplete. Comprehensiveness, accessibility, ease of use, communication and collaboration tools, authoring and professional development tools, because we have to consider the individuals rather than only one department within one education system, assessment and evaluation, content delivery, learning outcomes and learning objectives, and of course the issue of flexibility, scalability, and security. The issue of scalability is something that you cannot deny in your planning, because not every single solution that works within a school can scale to serve a country. And this is something that needs to be addressed in every single meeting that you hold to be able to, while discussing education reform using ICT. That covers connectivity, infrastructure, solution, everything. And of course, the issue of the MS is the thing that we need to focus on in order to do proper planning and decision support. Now, having said that, in our vision, it is not enough to talk about education in terms of e-learning. That would include the content management system, the assessment, the student information system, and everything else that goes into that domain. Because there is another component as important as the first one. There are ERP functionalities. In some countries, you address them as ERP because the school system is independent, so that's a kind of an enterprise approach. In some other countries, the enterprise approach would not work. This is why you need the government resource planning to be taken into consideration versus enterprise resource planning. The third component that is becoming vitally important in any education reform, especially when we talk K-12, is the GIS. Geographic information are required for better planning. And once we have that integrated, those three components, those three systems integrated into one, that would lead to the what we call the education and management information system that would feed a data warehouse. And by using key performance indicators, we would reach to the decision support system. Today, every single Ministry of Education, not only in Africa, in the world, is after the decision support system, a system that would help them better plan, better spend their resources, utilize their resources, being financial or human, and in order to be able to analyze their data, their information, you need a system in place that can handle something of that sort. It is all about people. It is all about technology transforms the dynamic of the educational enterprise, change, and of course, additional connectivity of the individual learners. I will leave you with a small that would summarize all of that. It would work.